Nicole, you said that filming the grape scene was your favorite. What was so fun about filming that moment? Was it like, gosh, I'm doing this iconic thing here?
I mean, it was all fantastic when I look back at it. The grape scene was very freeing. It was like, I get to do this, and there's no dialogue in that, and to really be able to revere her in a way, I was like, what she accomplished with nothing, and the idea of just stomping some grapes, and it is so funny. Still, It holds up, timeless. And then to have the chance to work on that, it was very freeing for me as a person.
You're my hero.
I need to know, after seeing it, one of my favorite scenes, you playing the bongos, singing Babalu. After all of that, how good can you say of a singer and musician have you become?
Me, myself?
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, you didn't do any of that before, right? And I mean, my God, you were darn good.
Well, I did in The Little Mermaid, that is still to come out, and after this, I've done another musical called Lyle Lyle Crocodile. So I don't know, my career has changed.
He's on a roll.
Yeah.
I'm touring pretty soon.
I can dig it. Nicole, you can be his hype woman on stage like you do for Keith and just get up there and dance for him.
I'll dance in the background, yep. Happy to do it.
What was it like getting to do Babalu, getting to sing that song?
Well, actually, Babalu was not included in the first draft
Really?
of the script, and because Aaron thought it was a little bit too challenging, and I said we had to make it. And also I play drums, so the conga thing I wasn't worried about. I played, and I was taught by Walfredo Reyes Jr., which is the most amazing drummer, conga player, one of the most amazing and best in the world. Has played with Carlos Santana, Chicago. So I got that covered. It was the singing part that it took me a little bit of an effort.
Well, whatever you did to your singing coach, whomever, bravo. Great job.
Lucille Ball's a threat to the American way of life?
Does the FBI have any case against Lucy?
I need you to help me save my marriage.
How many times I gotta explain where I was and what I was doing?
You gotta explain.
You being funny right now?
I'm Lucille Ball. When I'm being funny, you'll know.
I Love Lucy really was a breakthrough when she was in her 40s, and she was the first woman to be pregnant on television, and all of this stuff, to have this success at that age. Do you think about that? And do you think, I mean, she really did set the table for so many of us.
She did. I mean, they both did, in the sense of Desi Lou was a production company. Actors didn't do that at that time. They didn't have their own production company together. And they didn't just do the Lucy show. They did Star Trek, Mission Impossible. I mean, they had a slew of projects that went on to be massively successful. So they were both great business people as well as creative people, which I find fascinating, and which the film delves into, and you really see that. And then you see all of the pressures of just being a marriage and working together, and at that time, and then all of the things that happened that have been compressed into a week, which is the one dramatic license Aaron Sorkin took, was compressing all these things into a week, but they all happened. They're riveting. They really are.
You speak about them being, kind of a power couple, and it leads me, I mean, both of you all know a little something about being a celebrity power couple. So in making this movie and seeing kind of how they had to balance sharing the spotlight or working around each other, or even planning work around each other and their families, do you relate to, or even, sympathize in some of the moments that we see in this film from them?
Yeah, and I just love that they were a team. I mean, Desi was so protective of Lucille. When I first read the screenplay, I read it as a love story. I mean, yes, it's actors putting on a show and all of the machinations that go into that, but primarily it's a love story. It's a tragic love story, but it's a love story. And that's what I think is surprising to people, because you really get a sense of their of what they accomplished together, but how much love they have for each other.
And Javier, how about you? Do you relate to that? You know, being part of a celebrity couple.
Love story?
Yeah.
A great love story.
And you guys are.
Yeah, of course. The terms of popularity of these two people were, so huge that I cannot even think of what would that mean at the time. I mean, they were seen by millions of people every week, and also they were exposing themselves and their privacy on a show.
Yeah.
They were playing a happy marriage, while maybe on the behind the scene part it wasn't that happy. Maybe I don't know. So I don't know, that must be very, very hard to maneuver.
I think about too, like, what if they had to deal with what you all have to deal with? Us asking 50 million questions every day, paparazzi around all the time.
Well,
like,
they had the paparazzi. I mean, that's in the film. There's the tabloids, and that's very much penetrates their relationship. I mean, it's how the story opens. So not to give anything away.
Yeah.
But they did, and they had the public consensus, and
I think I don't know her, but I think Desi I don't know, I had the sense that he liked the spotlight way more than I would say I like myself.
Yeah.
And nothing wrong with that. But it wasn't his, energy, the one he wanted to be in the spotlight.
I get paid a fortune to do exactly what I love doing.
They got their money's worth.
Pictures up!
I work side by side with my husband, who is genuinely impressed by me. And all I have to do to keep it is kill for 36 weeks in a row.
Okay, let's go.
I just remember, in the last few years, we've really been talking about you and Reese and the things that you guys have done and doing, really creating a legacy of your own. So in what ways do you hope that your legacy of work, akin to like some of the things that Lucille Ball has done, has broken some barriers in this industry for women?
I mean, I just hope that it allows other people to have to go, oh, we can do that. I mean, the idea of producing your own shows, I didn't produce this. I'm an actor that got, offered a role, which was like, thank you. So I'm still very much in that lane as well, but occasionally I step into being a producer and navigating all of that as well, and it's wonderful. I mean, even when you see the way they collaborate and they make so many of the decisions, but they're still up against an enormous amount, and they're still being told what to do from the higher powers. And so, and then having to go, no, we want to do it this way, and we want to do it this way, and you'll see it's going to work. So trying to always broaden and expand a viewpoint. They had 60 million viewers every single time that show was on, which is kind of hard to fathom. Like, as Aaron says in the screenplay at the beginning, the water wasn't used at that particular time in America because everybody was they could see the water levels. People weren't turning on their taps or going to the bathroom or taking a bath or a shower when the show was on. That's how powerful that show was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
but that's
you.
great writing, because that explains to you the way in which it penetrated the culture. I mean, there's nothing that does that now.